Welcome to Mishna studying Masechet Sheviit, Perek Yod Mishna Zayin. Over here, we're going to speak about an interesting case, right? It actually comes up other times in Shas, which is a kaveret devorim, a beehive. Now, a beehive, is this considered property, land, or not? Is it considered something that's attached to the ground or not? What's going to be the ramifications that we'll see in our Mishnah? Most simply connecting it to last Mishnah, that if it's considered something that's attached to the ground, it's part of the ground, then you're allowed to write a piros bol on it. Right? If it's not, you're not going to be able to. That's going to be the machlok between Rabbi Eliezer and Hachamim, but there'll be other ramifications as well. Kaveret devorim, a beehive. Rabbi Eliezer omer harehi karka. It has the law of karka, of land, meaning what? That it's bought with kesef, shtar, hazakah, right? It's bought with money, with a contract, with a hazakah, as other land is. It doesn't need to necessarily be, meshicha, be pulled, as other metal tili need to be. Similarly, if you buy something, but when you buy land, and let's say there's some metal tilim, some movable objects on that land, it's also bought with it. So you bought a piece of land and there's a plow there, or you bought a house and there's a couch inside, right? Once you have the hazakah, or you pay for the house, you also and you bought the couch with it. That's a legitimate purchase of the metal tilin, of that couch that was on top of it. Right? As opposed to if you're just buying a couch in the store, it's not enough to just pay for something. You actually need to draw it. You need to lift it, pull it to yourself. So over here also, similarly, if a person has some other movable objects, let's say a scraper, or he had something on top of the beehive, and he bought the beehive, right, with money. If you treat it like property, then everything on top of it is bought with it as well. So everything that has to do with land, all those transactions are similar to this beehive according to the Beehive. Similar, also, you're allowed to write a piros bol on it, right? If the person you lend money to has a beehive, that's considered property. You can write a piros bol. Also, it's not mekabel tum'ah in its place, right? We view it as if it's attached to the ground. Trees that are attached to the ground are not susceptible to becoming tameh. Now, what's he somech on? He actually, Rabbi Eliezer actually has he learns this from the pasuk in Shemuel Aleph. If you remember when the war between Shaul and the Philistine, and then his son, King Shaul's son, Yonatan went out and he went on his own to fight the Philistine. Interesting story over there. Shaul made a swear over there that no one's allowed to eat that day for whatever reason, and his son didn't hear. He went ahead and he ended up, beating the Philistine. He was the one that actually took the charge and fought the Philistine without anyone knowing. And then he wasn't there when his dad made everyone swear not to eat any honey. And he says over there that he took his staff, and he dipped it in the ya'arat devash. Literally, it means a ya'ar of honey, like a forest of honey, right? And he ate from it. And right then, his eyes lit up. So what do we see from here? We see that the beehive, when he dipped his staff into that beehive, the Tanakh called it ya'ar shadivash, a forest of honey. So we see over here that the Torah's Navi is referring to something that's attached to the ground, like a forest, like trees are attached to the ground. Similarly, this is also attached to the ground. Rambam says that's why that's why if someone goes ahead and scrapes off from it on Shabbat, they're going to be hayav. If he scrapes off honey, it's as if he's gathering honey off of it. It's as if he's cutting something off the ground, right? Because again, we treated this like ya'ar of devash, like a forest of honey. But Chachamim argue, it's not like land, right? Rather, you're not allowed to purchase it with, kesef shana hazaka. En kontu alei piros bol, you're not allowed to write a piros bol on it. Mekabel tumah v'koma, it's mekabel tumah, it's susceptible to becoming tameh. A beehive that are doing it b'Shabbat patur, and someone scrapes off honey from it on Shabbat is patur. Rambam just points out that when it's patur, it's not that you're allowed to do it, right? When you say patur, you're patur from the death sentence, right, for violating the law of Shabbat. But again, you're going to be hayav leshes malkut d'Rabbanan, Rambam calls it, right? Leshes midrabanan. Halakha is not like Rabbi Eliezer, rather like Chachamim.